Do you see that? The heat index is 110 degrees today. Oh, it's so damn hot. Hi guys, it's Linda. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a little something different. I am testing out a new to me cruelty-free makeup brand, and the name of the brand is MAKEUP A MURD3R. All of their products are sort of themed and packaged to look sort of like evidence or poison or things that are involved in crimes, and I think it's really cool. The packaging is all really well thought out and murdery. I purchased 3 products and I did a first impressions on my face today. It went a little something. Nonetheless, I do want to show you what I did and give you my first impressions, but also I figured that I would make today's video a little themed. I am a true crime addict. It's a problem. I listen to podcasts every day on my way to work and from work. When I'm at the gym, the only channel I watch is Investigation Discovery. Nothing like hearing about murder when you're on a treadmill. I just eat it up, and I don't know why. I watch all the shows on it. It's something that gets me going. I don't know. But I know I'm not the only one. There's more of you guys out there. So I figured I would dig into true crime a little bit, tell you about my true crime podcast that I listen to, tell you about the story that kind of first got me into true crime, or stories that intrigue me now. I mean, it's just gonna kind of be a quick rundown. If you want some more in-depth true crime videos, I'm gonna link a few people below. You guys already know that Bailey Sarian does an amazing job. Every Monday she puts out this video called Murder Mystery Makeup Monday, and it's fantastic, where she takes one story and does a deep dive into it. My friend Sarah, Better Off Red, has also done several videos that are amazing where she deep dives into a topic, but this is not going to be that. This is just kind of a one-off. I want to talk to you about murder. Is that so wrong? So if you guys want to see this look and hear my thoughts on the MAKEUP A MURD3R line, then just stay tuned. This feels so close and so intense. The first thing I wanted to show you guys is how the package came, because it's adorable. They all came sealed with this evidence tape, which I think is such a cute touch, and there is a significant amount of bubble wrap here, so nothing's gonna break. So I hadn't even opened the bubble wrap because I wanted to show you guys how it was wrapped and everything. This is really cute. These are little plain boxes with a stamp, but these, look at the little poison vials and look how bright these are. I hope they are just as bright on my face. Okay, that's interesting. The eyeshadow, which comes in really cute packaging, also came with 3 like 10-gram jars. These are more than 10-gram jars, but still, I don't know why you'd need this many jars for this much shadow, but let me show you the shadow up close. The attention to packaging is adorable. So because I only got this one shadow, and I think I want to use one of these as liners, I am going to be using just several other palettes in general, just to kind of make up this look as I go along. I'm not necessarily going to mention what I'm using for those because I want the focus to be on the MAKEUP A MURD3R stuff, but yeah, let's get into it and let's talk some true crime. To start with, I feel like most people who are into true crime had a case that got them into the genre in general, that just like sparked their interest, if you will. And for me, that was personally the case of Polly Klaas. Like I said, I'm not trying to get too deep into these stories. I just kind of want to give you a rundown. But in 1993, Polly Klaas was a 12-year-old girl, and she was having a sleepover party with her friends at her house. This man snuck into her house while she was having the sleepover. He put bags over her friend's head, and he took Polly with him. There was this manhunt, and it took place in the town of Petaluma, California, which is where Winona Ryder was from, and she became such a voice, you know, please help us find Polly, everything like that. And there was just a hunt for her, and you know, to figure out what happened. The little girls who were at the party were able to say, hey, this happened, but still no one could find her. Eventually they unfortunately did find Polly, and she had been murdered, and they were able to catch the man, and he's still on death row today. I believe he's in San Quentin. I'm not sure. Not even gonna say his name because his name is not worth mentioning. Polly's name is worth mentioning. And the reason that that case got me so interested is because Polly was this kind of normal girl. You know, she was my age. She was exactly my age, and she was really adorable and everything like that. But as a 12-year-old, it scared the crap out of me that this is something that could happen. So I'll admit, like, that case has always stuck with me since 1993. Her father has since become like a really big victims advocate, and you know, he's become a very outspoken voice, which is wonderful. And you know, I will personally just never forget Polly, and to be honest, that's why I'm into true crime now. So before I do the crease, I do want to try this Radioactive Waste shadow. I'm going to put a little bit of it in one of these jars and then use some mixing medium to get it into a liquid kind of form, because I really feel like this shadow will perform best as a liquid. Let me see if I can also show you up close the color. This shadow goes from gold to green, and it shifts many places in between. It's hard to see the green on camera, but trust me, it's there. I'm gonna try to use this under the covers brush from MOTD Cosmetics, and I'm just mixing this right in here to see how this applies. I might have put not enough shadow or too much mixing medium. I don't know, I might have messed the whole thing up. Okay, now you can see the green. Ooh, I definitely think I put too much mixing medium though, because this is very, very thin on my lid right now. So I'm gonna put some more dry on top. But yes, so Polly is the one that got me into true crime, I guess, or got my interest peaked, if you will. But the thing that became my obsession is all of the podcasts. If you're into true crime at all, I am sure that you've already heard Serial about the Adnan Syed case. I'm talking about season 1 of Serial, and also the Undisclosed podcast following that, which kind of did a deeper dive into the case. They just really got things going. I feel like they got kind of the whole country going on a true crime kick once they started. Wow, this color really is pretty. I mean, I'm kind of making a mess of it, but it is pretty. I feel like this might do better over a base, like over a colored base, but we're just gonna go with this. Serial and Undisclosed were fantastic, but I feel like my favorite murder might have been the one that like kicked me over the edge, like 100%. I still absolutely love the podcast, and I listen to it every single chance I get. Like, comment down below if you listen to the podcast. Are you a Karen or are you a Georgia? I am 100% a Georgia, okay? I am totally a Georgia in that I'm just a nervous ball of energy that maybe on the outside I seem like I'm happy-go-lucky, and on the inside I'm slightly dying. No, I'm not. 100% a Georgia. Maybe sometimes I kind of wish I was a Karen. I don't know. I also love listening to Truth and Justice. They are a podcast, if you're not familiar, that will take one case each season where maybe they believe that someone might have been wrongly convicted, and they do a really deep dive into it to maybe help find the actual killer if they believe that somebody has been wrongly convicted and is sitting in prison, or maybe is no longer sitting in prison but is still convicted for the case. They did a whole season on the West Memphis Three, which is a case that fascinates me to no end, and let me do a quick recap of that case. I have a feeling I'm gonna need to go touch that up again, but for now I'm just gonna go ahead and put like a darker brown in this crease. So if you're not familiar with the West Memphis Three case, in I believe it was 1993 in the town of West Memphis, Arkansas, 3 young boys were found killed. Their names were Stevie Branch, Michael Moore, and Chris Byers, and some of them were found in the water, some of them were found by the water's edge, and it was a mess. With no physical evidence whatsoever, 3 boys, and I'm calling them boys because they were so young, were convicted of these crimes. One of them did confess, but I personally believe it was a false confession, and he implicated the other 2. They sat in prison for 17 years until they put forth an Alford plea, which basically says you have enough evidence to convict me, but I'm still maintaining my innocence. So I am aware that you have the evidence, but I'm still innocent, and they were released. But Truth and Justice did a really deep dive on the podcast, and they're actually going to be doing a whole TV series about the West Memphis Three case, like the guy from the Truth and Justice podcast, which this sounds weird, but I'm kind of proud of him because I feel like he's come really far. But yeah, that case is another one that absolutely fascinates me. While I'm talking about cases that fascinate me, let me tell you some others. Okay, so I think that this is like the typical I like true crime answer, but JonBenet Ramsey. I mean, I think we all know who did it. Burke. Okay, we don't all know that he did it, but what I'm just trying to say is that he did it. I just think that case is really interesting, and what kind of also cracks me up is that this week, my husband told me that there is a conspiracy theory going around that JonBenet was never actually killed, but that she was whisked away somewhere, and she's actually Katy Perry now. Okay. This definitely did transfer a bit up here, and I feel like that part looks a bit messy, but considering I have hooded eyes, this is how you're gonna see me anyway, so you won't even see it, right? I think I wanna test this out as liner. Oh, this is so intense. It's a UV neon pigment. Wow. So maybe that's why I got all these jars, because now I wanna put this in here and make it wet. That sounds gross. You guys see how neon this is? Oh my God. The eyeliner mixing medium I used might be a little too old, but let's try it. This looks messy. That just looks really messy. This is not going as planned. Well, it's definitely neon, but I feel like it's missing something. Structure. I want to put a very thin line of black liquid liner right on my lash line to see if that maybe helps it out. Maybe I'll go above it as well and do like a very structured neon liner. I don't know. Do I dare try a structured one? Yes, but I can't talk while I do this. Maybe sometimes you just have to fail in a video. Maybe. I think I want to try to pack some sparkly kind of green gold on top of this shadow while telling you about my favorite murder. So please know, as I'm talking about this, I'm obviously not cheering on murderers, but I am talking about cases that fascinate me. And the one that I can't explain it, but it fascinates me the most is the case of Luka Magnotta. Luka Magnotta was a Canadian who was trying to become an actor. He wanted to do anything really to become famous. That was his goal. So he wanted to be on TV, he wanted to be in music videos. Eventually he wound up in adult films. He just wanted to do anything to be in front of people's eyes. So something in him decided that a good idea was that the internet was just kind of coming around to play. So he was gonna take part in that, and he was gonna make a viral video. The first video he made that he wanted to go viral did go viral. And I'm not going to go deeply into the video, but let's just say it dealt with animal abuse, and we'll kind of leave it at that. But apparently that didn't give him enough of the fame he was looking for. So he put an ad out in Craigslist looking for a partner, and somebody answered. The person who answered, his name was, forgive me if I'm pronouncing this wrong, Lin Jun. Long story short, Luka wound up killing this poor exchange student, dismembering him, sending parts of his body in the mail to places, just terrible things. He is not a good person, and he was eventually caught, and he's in prison, everything like that. But for some reason, that story haunted me. I had actual nightmares about this story. I had dreams that my husband was killing and dismembering people. I had dreams that I was killing and dismembering people. I don't know why, out of all the true crime stories I've listened to, that this is the one that gave me nightmares, but Luka Magnotta will forever kind of be like the one that sits with me the most and is like the creepiest, crawliest to me. I don't know. You guys like get this out of my head and tell me other stories. Tell me which one down below really gets to you. It doesn't have to be like, oh, that's fascinating, but one that just sticks to you. So other cases that had me fascinated, Ed Kemper. Holy crap, that man is a giant ball of insanity. If you've watched Mindhunter on HBO, then you might be familiar with the idea of Ed Kemper. The guy who played him on that show was amazing, but Ed Kemper went around and he killed a bunch of co-eds, but he also killed his mother and did inappropriate things to her skull. Awkward. He's another one that's fascinating to me. Maybe it's because the man is massive. He's really tall and really big, so creepy. Another one, I'm sorry, I do like talking about true crime, so sue me, but Joe Metheny. Never heard of Joe Metheny? Let me tell you a story. First of all, this is not about Joe Metheny. This is about the 2 eyeshadows I've used that have put glitter all over my face. I have actual, literal glitter fallout. This might look like a highlight from far away, but it's not. It's straight up fallout. Anyway, Joe Metheny. So Joe, good old Joe, lived in Baltimore, Maryland, which is where I live. And he lived in a trailer outside of a warehouse. What Joe would do is he would lure women, mostly sex workers, to his trailer where he supposedly would kill them and then eat them. But not just eat them, he would make them into pit beef and sell them to unsuspecting people on the side of the road. Now that part has not been confirmed, that's just in his confession, but holy crap. So here's my tie to that story. I used to work at this place in Baltimore City that was next to a warehouse. In this warehouse was a trailer. Do you guys see where I'm going with this? Yes. I worked next door to Joe Metheny's trailer that for some ungodly reason is still in that parking lot. Now, not only is there someone who lives in that same trailer, but they have 1 million feral cats. Not to be too graphic, but I'm sure that trailer already probably had somewhat of a smell to it, and then you're going to add somebody who's A, okay with that smell, and B, puts a bunch of cats in there. And it's a small trailer. So every day I'm at work and I'm looking at the murder trailer. Great, cute. Why is it though that true crime fascinates us so much? I mean, why? And I know I'm not the only one because My Favorite Murder is one of the top podcasts out there, so there's other freaks of you like me out there. Are you one of them? Yeah? Yeah, my cheeks look so pale on screen, but I swear in person they are popping. I feel like I want to do a dark lip with this, but I don't know what color. I'm gonna pop off screen and do a lip and I'll be right back. Okay, I don't know how I like the lip with this, but I mean, we're just gonna roll with it. We're gonna roll with this kind of dark brown lip. Let me tell you what I'm thinking of this Makeup a Murderer stuff. My first impressions are that I need to work with this more. I thought that this radioactive waste eyeshadow would be fantastic on its own, but I really do think that it needs a base under it. A cream base would be fantastic if it had some sort of color to it, or maybe even a white base. Let's try it with a white base. Ah, we found our answer. So here it is over a white base and a black base. You can see the white base makes that gold pop, but that black base brings out the color shift in this, so you can see the green and the gold and just, oh, it's so pretty. This is even pink in some lights. I know it's hard to see, but I really do think that putting it on top of a black base is really what's gonna make that pop. As far as the neon pigment, this is something else I have to work with. This is a matte pigment, so it felt very, very chalky. So when I added a mixing medium to it, it almost just became this like thick paste rather than something that went on easily as eyeliner. I'm gonna need to mess with that more. There is no denying that it is very bright and very neon, but something's gotta change. I gotta figure out the best way to use it. I want all sorts of comments down below because I want to know, A, do you know of any true crime podcasts I'm missing out on? B, what true crime stories fascinate you the most? And C, does any of this makeup intrigue you? I'm still on the fence about it because I feel like it has potential and maybe I just suck. No, I don't think I suck. I don't think I was necessarily off my game. I think that I did on screen what most people do at home. We play with makeup before we wear it out for the day, but for me, I play with makeup in front of a camera. So that's it, you guys. I hope you liked this kind of talk through first impressions. Let me know if you want me to do this in the future where I maybe grab a makeup product and then talk about like some really specific topic. I don't know, it was kind of fun and it was, I don't know, this is something I'm interested in, as messed up as that sounds, but whatever. Thank you guys so much again. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Those are all GlitterFallout. I do upload new videos here on YouTube every Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guys are my super freaking rock stars, and I love you with my whole heart, and I will see you in the next video. Mwah. Bye.